I posted up my story like
Sorry.
one. I didn't even post.
No, it's on your.
Oh.
Another photo.
Hey guys. My name's Ezekiel. I'm that guy there. And I'll be giving a sharing on what I think God's love and His plan is for me. You know, I've always had a passion for sports, and since I'm Philo, that guy's son right there, he kind of forced me to play basketball, and you know, it was expected. But yeah, so in 2020, when I first started playing basketball, I like vividly remember seeing my teammates. They were like, you know, I'm Philo, I'm short, so these guys were like up here. I was like a mere 5'4", maybe 45 kilograms, and you know, I felt very inadequate compared to them. You know, just sheerly because you know they were bigger, better. You could clearly tell they were better than me, and yeah, it really ate away my confidence. But despite feeling inadequate to them, you know, due to the height and the bigger build of mine, I still persisted, and through that, I eventually found my talents, and it was the gift that God had given me, the talent of athleticism. Since I was shorter than most people, 5'4", you know, I could jump higher, and you know, since I was also smaller than them, I could run faster so I could get past them. Although, despite that, I never really shone out from the rest of them. It was only enough to get me to compete at their level, but never shine out or be the best player on the team. But I still wanted to be there. So I worked hard, and I worked hard for the passion to improve these talents and skills, and eventually it led me to being one of the better players in the team and leading our team to a championship in 2021. So I think, you know, now I mainly focus on volleyball. I was one of the people who made the airplane with the crazy dream. Yeah, and I really do believe that the gifts that I was gifted are meant for sport, and it is what God would want me to do to glorify Him through it. In Romans 12, chapter 12, 1-2. I have it right there. It urges us to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. So what this means to me is that sport is an area of life, or anything that can be offered to God as an act of worship. And that's what I strive to do. I've seen some athletes tattoo Bible verses onto them. That's why I try to do this, but I'm not legal old enough to get a tattoo. I'm 15. So, yeah. But that's not the only way to go about it. Your mentality on the court, sportsmanship, can also represent this. You know, love each other as God has loved you. You love your opposing teammates and your opposition. So yeah, I know I have a long way to go in my sport, and sometimes it seems as if to glorify God the best I can possibly be. To glorify God the best I possibly can, I need to play the best of my ability. And there are certain times where I'd be trying my hardest to improve my skills in volleyball, but I'd be seeing no results. When I'm aware this is happening, I can't help but feel like I'm not only letting myself down, my teammates, my coach, but my own faith as well. But when this happens, I need to remind myself of God's unconditional love. You know, we all know God loves us. He sent His Son down just for us, for our sin. And yeah, even if I feel as if I've done wrong or harm my relationship with God, you know, I know that at the end of the day, He will still love me and be willing to forgive me. I've come to understand that it doesn't matter if I'm skilled or developing player. As long as you can put the most effort in to glorify Him, He will love you no matter what. I think everyone here in this room is gifted, and that God has given us these gifts for a reason. But it's up to you guys to figure out these gifts, or if you haven't already, it's up to you guys to figure out these gifts and find the reason to why you have these gifts. But when you do figure it out, I believe that you will truly love what you do. And as long as you have faith that it is what He wants for you. Thank you for listening.
by St. Augustine. It says, God loves every one of us as if there was but one of us to love. So, what does this mean? It means that